Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today we're going to be talking about some of the most recent news in the NBA as Gary Trent Jr., the Toronto Raptors, recently just opted into his $18.5 million player option and will not be a free agent this offseason, as Gary Trent Jr. made the definitely the right choice this offseason by opting into that player option, and now he will become a really big potential trade target for some teams. I mean, not a huge trade target, but there are going to be some teams that are going to be interested in Gary Trent Jr. Some teams like really right now, there's only really two teams this offseason that have emerged to become contenders to pick up Gary Trent Jr. The only really two teams that have been in the spotlight for Gary Trent Jr. this offseason have been the Los Angeles Lakers and the Orlando Magic. Besides those two teams, we haven't really heard anything about any other teams that could be interested about Gary Trent Jr. this offseason. We heard a couple other teams that were interested in Gary Trent Jr. going back to the trade deadline. The Pelicans were interested, the Bucks were interested. I think the Nuggets were even interested as well. There were quite a bit of teams that were interested in Gary Trent Jr. at the trade deadline, but that may not be the case anymore after a lot of stuff has happened, and he's expiring contract next season, so who knows? But Gary Trent Jr. is going to be going into his $18.5 million player option and staying with the Raptors, not for long, because this is just another trade candidate for the Raptors. Because they've, Siakam's name has been in trade targets or in trade possibilities, and so is OG Anunoby. Now, what it seems is that NBA experts, NBA insiders have been saying is that the Raptors do not plan on trading OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam this offseason. But I think it is a little bit different with Gary Trent Jr. I think the Raptors do plan on moving Gary Trent Jr. this offseason and moving him I think their goal is going to be to get a decent veteran player and a first-round pick for Gary Trent Jr. back. That is something I could see the Lakers offering. I could definitely see the Lakers offering Malik Beasley in the 17th overall pick for Gary Trent Jr. The Lakers, it's a little bit of an overpay for Gary Trent Jr. I know he averaged 17.4 points per game and is a great defensive player and a great three-point shooter, shooting 35% from three this season, but he is an expiring contract. Same thing for Malik Beasley, but you're also giving up a first-round pick. But at the same time, it would be a great trade for the Lakers. I don't really know any other trades for the Magic. I would say Jonathan Isaac and a future first-round pick for Gary Trent Jr. if the Magic were to trade for him. Jonathan Isaac and Gary Trent Jr.'s salaries match. Maybe you throw in a second because Jonathan Isaac is injury prone and is not showed a lot since he's came back from his injuries. Has not played a lot in the last 3 years. So what about Jonathan Isaac, a future first round pick and a second round pick for this year's draft for Gary Trent Jr.? That could work. That's what I think some of the offers for Gary Trent Jr. would be right now. But I do think the Raptors are most likely going to trade him this offseason and get rid of his contract and move on. But you try to get a first-round pick for him. I think that's going to be the Raptors' goal, is to try to get a first-round pick for Gary Trent Jr. this offseason. But you guys have your thoughts on Gary Trent Jr. opting in to his $18.5 million player option. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.